Welcome back. As you can see today in front of my fish tank. Why? Well, I wanted to give you a little tip regarding these filters for fish tanks. To be more precise, this is about the Fluval 205, or it also applies for the older and newer models. Since I had some issues with this main seal around the top leaking. Let me tell you a little story. So I'm running these filters on both of my fish tanks, and all of these are used units, so they are quite old, and to be honest, I don't really know how old they are, how old the gaskets are, so it has to be said that it would be a good idea to change all the gaskets when I got them, but well, gaskets are not cheap, so I hoped the best, and it worked for quite a long time. But yeah, one day the day has come, it started dripping. And I thought, okay, well, no big deal. I took off the head of the filter system, took off the gasket, cleaned it, greased it, and yeah, the result was it was leaking even more. So I had one of these filters in stock, but also used unit. Back in the day I bought a lot of 4 used for a really good price, so I thought, hey, well, have one complete in store will help you out of these situations. Well, actually no, the other spare unit was also leaking. It was leaking even worse, so I tried to get a new gasket. I went to the next store and they said, sorry, we don't have it in store, we even can't order it. Okay, I went to the next store, they at least would be able to order it, but they also didn't have it in store. And they said to me, hey, it's these parts were out, you should have some in store. Yeah, well, I didn't, and I was asking myself, hey, if the guy in the shop knows that it's a item that wears out and can bring you in these situations, why they don't have it in the store? Well, think about it. If you really need it, you will be willing to pay a quite good price, even if you could get it cheaper on the internet, because, well, I needed it that day. So no chance getting that gasket, having no in stock. What should you do? And I looked a little bit at the design of this filter and came up with a quite good solution, just using a rubber band that you most certainly have at home or can get in any store. Let me show you. Okay, so here we have our filter. So this is the Fluval 205 model. There's this series is from 105 to 405. They all are basically the same construction, just the internal volume is different, and the more modern series is 206 and so on. It's the same construction and they also use the same parts, so this trick should also work for them. So yeah, as you may be able to tell, this was leaking quite a while. So let's open this up and I will show you what is the problem and how to fix that. So we will just open this clamps and pull off the top. Okay, so this is the O-ring we're talking about, and 2 things I noticed. First, this groove where it lives in is really deep. I can't get it out now. This is quite deep, so when the O-ring seats inside, there's not much contact pressure between the rubber and the wall of the canister. So if there's any small defect, any small bit of dirt, this will immediately cause a leak. So keep these gaskets really clean. And the second issue actually is this gasket has a lot of play in this groove. It can move a lot up and down, so it tends to twist or move if you put this thing together, and since the wall is a little bit getting a little bit wider to the top, if it moves to the top, it tends to leak easier. Okay, now to get your emergency repair done, you just need a rubber band like this. Use one of the wide ones, not the with a square cross section. It has to be one of these flat ones, and a small pocket screwdriver will really help you. Actually, if you have fish at home, you quite often will have these from the plastic bags you used to buy the fish in. So keep these around, they can help you in situations like this. Okay, so just take a screwdriver and carefully take out the O-ring, because you don't want to damage it anymore. And then you get your rubber band and just put it into the O-ring groove and make sure that you don't break it, of course, and that you don't get it all twisted and tangled up. So let me have a look. Yeah, and that's where the screwdriver starts getting quite helpful, and of course it's twisted. Let me fix that. So you can just take the screwdriver and run it around a couple of times. This will help getting all the twists out of there and the cable out of the way. Okay, let me show you. Now the rubber band seats nicely in the O-ring groove, and now you want to take your screwdriver and run all the way around and push it all the way to the top of the groove. So you see that it's flush top here and the gap is on the bottom. If there's no gap at all, that's even better, but I guess you will not find a rubber band that's that wide. But it's fine as long as you make sure that the gap is on the lower side of the pump head. So go all the way around. Okay, you see it's now nice and flush all the way around, and now you can just put your O-ring back. So what the rubber band will do is it will help the O-ring to stay on the lower part of the O-ring groove, since this creates a little bit of a low spot here, so it likes to stay down here. And also, since it moves the O-ring a little bit out, since there's already something in the groove, it also increases the contact pressure on the surface of the O-ring, so it helps sealing this up. The rubber band itself doesn't really do that much of sealing work, but still it also should be clean and shouldn't have any damage, otherwise it might leak around the rubber band. So let me put the O-ring back on. Always use a little grease. I recommend using silicone grease or petroleum jelly or something like this. Something which is good for food stuff use, or like water installations or something like this, because of course you don't want to have anything toxic that might harm the fish. Okay, so I already put some grease on, put the O-ring on, and also run this around a couple of times with your finger or with a pocket screwdriver to make sure that it's not twisted. And now you can see it nicely seats in there on the lower part of the groove, and you also might be able to see that now, having it installed with the rubber band underneath, it's sticking out the groove a little bit higher than before. And now also make sure this surface inside here is clean, because if this is dirty or scored up, this will also cause a leak. So get this thing back together. And when you close these clamps, try to pull them down evenly. This also will help to create a good seal. And now you should be good to go. Okay, I hope this little tip was helpful for you. I just again want to say you should have some gaskets in store, since rubber gaskets, when they get old, they tend to leak. So it's better to have some in your spare parts box. They are, I think, €4 a piece, so it's not really worth trying to save money there. Actually, the manufacturer recommends changing them yearly to prevent failure. That's up to you, but at least you should have some spare at home. But anyway, if you find yourself in a situation where you don't have and can't get the spare part soon, this trick might help you. And of course, this might also work with other models or other brands, and also for other devices than fish tank filters. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Bye!